Let's dive into the latest numbers and what they reveal about the race and what's next for the next 4 years. NBC national political correspondent Steve Kornacki is right here at the big board. A very long night. I remember in the beginning we said we might not know results for the night or maybe even through Saturday, but here we are with a decisive win for Donald Trump. Break down what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all remember 2020 and the timing. It certainly went faster. Well, you could see here in Georgia, in North Carolina, in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, those are the battleground states that have already been called. Trump is sweeping them so far with a few more still to be decided. Obviously, he's the president-elect no matter what. Going in Pennsylvania, and I can show you, though, where Trump has won the state by about 2 points. I think the way to sum up what he did in Pennsylvania and across all those battleground states is blue-collar voters and a more diverse coalition of blue-collar voters than we've seen in the past. Because you see here around like where Scranton is, you see it's blue, but Donald Trump made big steps forward here in that county. He barely lost it this time. He lost it by almost 10 last time. And then there's a number of small cities and mid-sized cities here in Pennsylvania, places like Reading, places like Allentown, with very large Hispanic populations, working-class Hispanic populations. And in all of those places, Trump has made some very significant gains here.
What happened with all the independents? Because there was that whole thing, everyone's going to fight for a tiny sliver, the Haley Republicans. What's going to happen with those kind of independents? What happened?
Yeah, I can show you again. We'll stick in Pennsylvania, but this could apply elsewhere. Democrats were really looking at the suburbs in particular, right outside Philadelphia. They thought there'd be a women's vote, an extra women's vote, extra independent vote. And I'll show you, here's an example like Montgomery County. This is a huge suburban county. And hey, Harris won it. But let's just compare it to what happened here in 2020. Joe Biden won this by even more. And in Democratic expectations coming into tonight in a place like Montgomery County was to win by an even bigger margin than Joe Biden had. They didn't even hit that number. Trump improved here.
Let's talk about the blue states, because there are some crazy results that came out of these. You look at New York and you look at Illinois. Those were clear wins for Harris, but there are some Trump numbers in there that are surprising.
Yeah, I did some double takes when I looked at some of these states. Let's go up to New York, and it remains a blue state here. Kamala Harris wins it. But just check out what New York looked like 4 years ago and typically looks like. Joe Biden won this by 23 points. Trump basically cuts that in half. He did something like that in New Jersey as well, in Illinois. And just to show you what that means nationally, he doesn't pick up any electoral votes because he didn't win those states. But here's what the national popular vote looks like right now. Trump is winning this by more than 5 million votes. There's still a lot to be tallied, but Trump is in very good position now to actually win the popular vote.
Will you show us Illinois, too? Because something there happened as well.
Look at this. Still some votes to come, but my goodness, a 4-point lead here for Harris with over 90% in. She's going to win the state, but wow. 17 points was Joe Biden's margin here 4 years ago.
What about Hillary? I was just thinking about the gender gap everyone's been talking about. Okay,
so go back to 2016, same thing here. 17 points for Clinton, 17 for Biden. And just look at that shift towards Donald Trump. Again, he doesn't pick up any more electoral votes. But in terms of the national popular vote, this does something very different than this.
And what's still outstanding? What are we still waiting for?
Yeah, so we're still waiting for some of those battleground states. I think the one that may be the most imminent is Michigan. We'll check in there. You see Trump is leading by more than 100,000 votes. If Harris is going to reverse that, it's going to come out of where Detroit is here, Wayne County. But I can tell you that's a heck of a hill for her to climb there in Michigan. And then we've got Nevada, Arizona. They're just very slow counting states. But to show you what they look like, you know, Trump, they're about two-thirds in Arizona. Look at Nevada. Let's go up to Nevada, get that working. We got more than 90% in. Trump's ahead by 5 points there. No Republican has won out there in 20 years. So, again, the possibility of Trump sweeping all 7 of these battleground states is very real.
A decisive win. All right, Steve, thank you so much. Craig.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.